What's happening, everybody, and welcome to the Royal Kennels YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the proper etiquette of dog breeding. I guarantee you don't want to miss it. All right, y'all, just like I promised, we're back with a hot topic that obviously a lot of people had a question about this. A lot of people truly don't know the proper etiquette of dog breeding or owning a pet from a dog breeder, someone who takes pride in what they do. I'm not talking about what people consider backyard breeders, the breeders who don't really care where your puppy goes, how your puppy lives, what happens to your puppy or whatever. I'm talking about, I have to say it again, registered dogs that are built with a purpose. We dog breeders, me, you, everybody tuning into this video. If you tune in this video, that means that you want to get better. If you see proper etiquette on the title and you see a fire thumbnail, you're going to click on it because you know what? This video holds value, like I always say. So I got to give it to you raw, even if it puts me at fault. But I have to give it to you raw. That's what we do. So first, y'all, you see the lighting, you hear the sound, you see the quality. I have to give credit where it's due. Shout out to Visions and Media, y'all. My bro hooked us up. I'm serious. We watch the videos. I pour ideas to him. We talk about things. He watches the videos and he said, yo, bro, you need sound. Always knew I needed sound. When he told me that, I said, yo, I need sound. Let's do it. Bro, you need lighting. And I'm like, man, I know, bro. I know. Not only did he give me lighting, but he showed me how to properly use the lighting. So now you guys have a certain quality of video, and I have to give credit where it's due. So also in these videos, I'm going to start shouting out businesses. Yo, a lot of businesses send stuff our way, and we love it. And now it's time to start shouting them out like we supposed to. So, proper etiquette. Paperwork. The infamous paperwork. Again, y'all, registration. I've been talking about registration a lot. And there's a reason why we talk about registration so much. And that's because it is a big deal. Registration. When you receive papers from a dog breeder, when you go down to that name section, a lot of people struggle with it. Go down to the name section and you're going to see a whole bunch of squares on every registration. You know why they give you so many squares and not just the average name is 10, let's put 10 squares? Nah, they give like 25. The dog breeder's name goes in front of the production. That's why it's 25. If its name is Fido, it has to say Royal Kennels Fido if I produce the dog. If I have the female, matter of fact, let's just go there. If I have the female and I do the breeding and I got the registration and I produce the litter and I hand them out, my kennel name goes on it. Now, promoting. If I'm going to post a dog on social media, this is the post that's going to be on everything that represents this dog. Your kennel name or the producer's kennel name goes in front of it. If you receive a dog and you get a nice professional shot and you're putting it on your website, I would expect and respect if you had Royal Kennels Fido on his name. If you posted a story If you're posting a reel and the title or the video is not 100% about Fido, then you could put his name. You ain't gotta mention the name every single time. If you're having a conversation with somebody and you're talking about this dog, you don't have to mention the kennel name every time. Out of respect, 100% I try to. Sometimes I don't. I ain't perfect and you're not perfect. So, you might forget. I'm not gonna call you and be like, hey bro, that's not right. Or call you out on social media and say, that's not right. You know, you, boom, boom, you don't put no, your kennel name on my dog. You don't do that. You privately, hey, I know you probably don't know. When you talk about Royal Kennels, man, I appreciate if you had mentioned us. Dude might be like, oh bro, I had no idea. I'm glad that I called you in private and I told you. It's all good, brother. I do it too. Easy. That's easy for us to do. But on that registration and dealing with breeding, I would 100% say always use the kennel's name that produced it, because you don't want to give false advertisement that you produced this dog. That means a lot in the bully world or in the dog breeding world. So when you receive a dog from a specific kennel, it's very important. I know a lot of people don't like to bother people who they purchase dogs for, but I would say it's very important to weekly, freaking daily, check in, communicate, figure out exactly what you need to do with this dog to bring it to its full potential. Because a breeder sells a dog. We can't 100% know that this dog is going to be perfect. But what we can do is we can communicate and guide with you everything that we know how to make this dog turn out to be perfect. But you can't be the type of person to be like, I don't want to bother him. He's got a family. He's got dogs. I don't want to bother him. As a breeder, I would rather you bother me now than to reach out and say, we have an issue. And it's been going on for about 3 months now, or a year now, or it's been going on. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to try to make sure that this dog gets back on the right track. And if he's a puppy, I'm gonna give everything in my power to make him turn out the same way the puppy does whenever I get the puppy. Because as a breeder, the puppy you keep is always in the best health as they grow up. And why is that? It's not because the puppy's less quality. It's because the transition from one home to the next. And you're doing something totally different than what I'm doing. So there's something called an SOP in business, and it's called the standard operating procedure. As I'm making this video, I thought of something. As a breeder, maybe I can write up a standard operating procedure and send it on its way with a dog. But there's nothing like live action, communicating, talking, asking questions. I sometimes, at my job, and I'm looking at a SOP and I'm doing the work, but I still rather hear it from somebody who's done it before. Exercise, diet. You want to give your dog at least 15 minutes per day of exercise. Whether it's running around, getting the zoomies out in the yard, it's taking a single walk, it's letting them out of their kennel, stretching their legs, moving their limbs and their joints. But if you overwork this dog, this is not a working dog. Yes, the standard American bully is a working dog. But the pocket has the ability to work, but it is not a working dog. It's a companion dog. So you have a small window of what you can do and what you can't do. And when you do experience the things that I hate to say it that you can't do, you're gonna experience faults of it. You're gonna see parts of the breed falling apart. Now, this is a very resilient, healthy, strong dog. It is. Its presence is amazing. But we gotta understand that a under 17-inch tall male and a taller than 13-inch tall male at 70 pounds is not what your normal athlete looks like. It's more of what a bodybuilder looks like. And it's obvious. You get a bodybuilder and you get an athlete and you put them doing athletic things, the athlete is gonna smoke the bodybuilder. Matter of fact, the bodybuilder's joints are gonna start hurting. The bodybuilder's neck is gonna start hurting. The bodybuilder's back is gonna start hurting. And it ain't gonna take long. So you got a very short window. And proper etiquette of owning your dog, dealing with a dog breeder, is to make sure, and this is for the dog breeder, to make sure that this pet owner or dog owner knows all of these things. Diet. For them to eat the proper diet is everything. Now there's crazy controversy on diet. We got food videos, we got how I feed my American Bully videos, we got all that. Proper diet is everything. And if you do not feed that puppy or dog a proper balanced diet, you cannot expect it to see its full potential, ever. Now, you can go back and see some of our how you feed puppies and dog videos, but diet is super important. Matter of fact, the better the diet, the better the exercise and the better the operation. You know, the better the diet, the better the cleanup. Less poo everywhere. The better the diet, the better their coats look. I'll never forget, we was in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We was walking, chilling, laughing, vibing. A lady came with a bull terrier. Bull terriers. Confident. Look, its front legs was almost hitting the back leg every time he gated. And look, and had it. Wasn't overly muscled. He was muscled. He was nice. His rear limbs was, beautiful. As a dog breeder, I said, ooh, that's quality. Everybody was like, oh yeah, that's quality. That's quality. Diet, exercise. When you deal with the breeder, you dealing with this breeder because you can look and see what this breeder has produced. This breeder has a resume. If a breeder has a resume, you know what you're getting. And I know what you're getting. But it takes a lot of hard work to do all the things that you have to do and combine to make sure it's represented properly, to make sure it looks properly, to make sure it feels properly, to feels healthy properly. You know, you're responsible for all that, and it's my job to guide you. So it ain't all on you, it's on us too, or it's on the breeder. It's not just on the pet home owner. Some people who aren't on that level and aren't on that phase are like, nah, that's unnecessary. It might be unnecessary to some people, but when you're building something that you put your blood, sweat, and tears in, and you put all you have into these dogs, you look at them differently. And you know, when we talking about pricing dogs, when you're pricing your puppies at a certain level, it's because you want people who values what you have. And they're gonna do all these things to make sure that the dog turns out to be everything that you imagine of. Make sure it's represented properly. I guarantee if you purchase a dog from me and you put Royal Kennels on the front of it, it's gonna hold a lot more value to when you just starting putting your name on it. So use it for what it is. Do the breedings, mention your kennels, have your litters, and then proudly put your name on that paperwork. You feel what I'm saying? It's a whole nother level when it's your name on that paperwork, when it's your name in front of that puppy. So a very special person to us requested this video. If you invest in a breeder, don't hesitate to reach out to them about that dog. If they love that dog, they're gonna give you everything that they can possibly think of at the moment to make sure that this dog is right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day and God bless y'all.